My God, I hate drugs.
The Justice Department denies the appeal of Rappler Holdings Corporation and its president, Maria Ressa, over the tax evasion charges filed against them last November. In a resolution dated November 29, 2018 and released on Tuesday, the DOJ said it junked the motion for reconsideration filed by Ressa and the company in relation to the 5 counts of tax fraud charges. The DOJ says they have found, quote, no sustainable ground to reverse, set aside, or modify the assailed resolution, end of quote. In November, Ressa was accused of failing to file income and value-added tax returns in violation of the country's tax code. 4 of these tax cases were filed before the Court of Tax Appeals on November 26 and 28, while a 5th one was separately filed at the Pasig Regional Trial Court Branch 265. Ressa had posted bail of over 260,000 pesos in March. The Bureau of Internal Revenue filed a multi-million tax evasion case against the company. The remains of the newlywed Filipino couple who drowned in the Maldives will be home soon. Foreign Affairs Assistant Secretary El Mercato gave an update on the repatriation. On Twitter, he says the Ministry of Tourism of the Maldives has conveyed to the Philippine Honorary Consulate in Male that it would shoulder the cost of bringing the victims home. Foreign Affairs Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin on Tuesday assured the families of the couple the government would pay for repatriation. The DFA says the remains are in Sri Lanka, where they will be embalmed before being flown home. Leomer and Erica Lagradilla got married last month and went to the Maldives for their honeymoon. The couple drowned while reportedly snorkeling. The Health Department warns against using vape as an alternative to tobacco. Health Undersecretary Eric Domingo says these electronic cigarettes still contain nicotine.
Ang Department of Health is pag nag-vape sila tas later magiging ma-addict sila sa nicotine at magiging tobacco smoker sila. So hindi po ito nakabubuti. Kailangan ma-regulate siya for content at saka for safety, at kung meron silang claim na ito ay gagamitin para siya ay as a quitting aid, yung
There are pending bills in Congress seeking to regulate vape. Now, 2 universities from the Philippines are included in a list of university rankings by a London-based magazine. The Times Higher Education, or THE, released its Emerging Economies University Rankings 2019 on Wednesday. Among the schools listed, the University of the Philippines, which landed at 87th place, and the De La Salle University, which was included in the 251 to 300 bracket. THE said China remains the most represented nation in the list, with its Tsinghua University taking the top spot and Peking University ranking second. The Emerging Economies University Rankings 2019 includes institutions in countries classified as advanced emerging, secondary emerging, or frontier. The rankings use 13 performance indicators such as teaching, research, knowledge transfer, and international outlook.
Millions of Filipinos suffer from diabetes and hypertension. The Bureau of Internal Revenue tells retailers they should carry out the VAT exemption on some maintenance medicines. The 12% VAT exemption on medicines for diabetes, hypertension, and high cholesterol took effect on January 1st in line with the tax reform law. BIR Deputy Commissioner Marisa Cabrero says some retailers blame their non-compliance on cash registers, which are not yet programmed to reflect the new VAT exemptions in the receipts. But she adds retailers were given a year to prepare for this.
If the system nila cannot do so, they are supposed to issue a manual resibo to recognize the VAT exemption and clearly indicate in the face of the resibo VAT exempt. So hindi po dapat tanggapin yung rasong yung aming kaha ay hindi marunong magluwa ng resibong VAT exempt.
Cabreros adds violators may face hefty fines or imprisonment. Health Undersecretary Eric Domingo says they are also studying to exempt cancer medicines from VAT. Netflix is rising subscription prices across the United States amid heavy investments in new programs. All three of the online streaming services plans will go up by $1 to $2. For example, the standing plan is now $11 or roughly 570 pesos per month and will go up to $13 or nearly 680 pesos per month. New Netflix members will pay the higher price immediately. The increase will take effect for all existing members within the next several months. No news yet if the same increase will be applied in other countries like the Philippines. Meantime, Netflix shares were up 6% at the open of Wall Street Tuesday. How are local stocks shaping up and what's your peso's worth against world currencies? Check out your screen right now.
Time for some tech news. No more bird box challenges on YouTube. The site is banning videos showing dangerous pranks and challenges. YouTube's updated guidelines state that it will no longer allow videos that, quote, can cause death and or have caused death in some instances. Just a few days ago, a teenager from the U.S. crashed her car while doing the so-called bird box challenge that involves people recording themselves doing things blindfolded, just like the characters in the Netflix movie Bird Box. Nike has announced a new self-lacing shoe. The Adapt BB looks like it's straight out of the movie Back to the Future 2. It's a basketball shoe that uses a so-called power lacing system which automatically adjusts the shoe to the size of your feet. You can also adjust the shoe manually or with a smartphone app. The Nike Adapt BB will come out next month. Warning from the MMDA, which says the Pasig River crossing could take over 4 times longer than the usual. But MMDA General Manager Jojo Garcia says this is a necessary evil.
Usually may study sila, Rockwell tawid ka lang 10 minutes, sa kabila ka na. Even
nasa Mandaluyong ka.
Or 15 minutes at most, no traffic. Ngayon, siguro additional 1 hour yan. No, kasi you need to divert. So we have alternate routes, no? Sabi ko, Makati Mandaluyong Bridge and then the EDSA Guadalupe. Talagang, hassle talaga. But ito yung inaantay nating mga long-term solution.
Garcia says the Rockwell Bridge is just one of 10 that China is funding. 2 of the structures are for repair and renovation, while the rest are brand new. Meantime, the MMDA is also looking at other ways to ease traffic on EDSA, among them, making lanes narrower to make space for more vehicles. Welcome back to New Day, an amazing phenomenon that is blowing minds in the U.S. It is both super rare and super cool, as in cool as ice. CNN's Jeremy Roth has that and more in today's Take a Look at This.
Take a look at this nearly perfect spinning disc of ice that formed in a Maine river. The massive formation has drawn curious onlookers to the banks of the Presumpscot River. According to a City of Westbrook official, the disc is roughly 100 yards in diameter. They also say it's spinning in a counterclockwise direction. That same official captured this breathtaking drone footage of the amazing sight. Experts say discs can form in a slow-moving, rotating part of a river. The slow-moving water freezes faster than the more rapid surrounding water, and that forms a circle of ice. It's a natural but rare phenomenon. An artist is using his talents to spread hope in a wildfire-ravaged California town. Shane Grammer, an artist for Disney, traveled from Los Angeles to Paradise with one goal: to leave a mark that would lift residents' spirits. The town of Paradise was almost completely destroyed by 2018's Camp Wildfire. Grammer's first work there, a painting of a woman, quickly went viral. Grammer returned to spend a full week painting on charred chimneys, cars, and other remains. He wanted to do what he could to inspire those who are starting over.
It's kind of a stamp that life was here, you know, and life can continue to be here.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Rihanna is suing her own father that, as the singer claims, he illegally used her name to make money. Rihanna alleges that her father, Ronald Fenty, and his partner, Moses Perkins, falsely represented their company's affiliation with her. The complaint says Fenty and Perkins, as well as their company, have never been authorized to use the name of the artist. Fenty and Perkins launched Fenty Entertainment, a production and talent company, in the same year. Rihanna's popular Fenty Beauty line of cosmetics was also launched. The complaint states that the couple have repeatedly been asked to stop misrepresenting themselves and to stop all activity and efforts to exploit Rihanna's name and the goodwill associated with the Fenty brand. Rihanna also alleges that Fenty and Perkins negotiated an unauthorized deal for her to perform in a number of shows in the U.S. CNN has tried to reach Rihanna, Fenty, and Perkins for comment.